take two. Let's see. This one, I just clicked the streaming button. Let's see. How's it going? Is it working?
There it is.
Oh, it is working. Okay, it's working this time. Great, great. Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. There's too many things that can go wrong with all of this, but thanks, Chris. Thanks, for showing up for the open mic, the group lesson on Sunday. I thought
That was good.
that was awesome. Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah, I'd love to talk with you a bit more about that later. But I think it went well, right? Oh.
I think it did. It was a lot of fun. Everybody played well, and I want to look forward to the next one.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Everybody was super jazzed about it, and yeah. Okay, so it's been a couple weeks since our last lesson together. So yeah, there's a lot of music that I'm working on at the moment, and that
Hmm.
might be a problem. That might be a conversation that's like one thing I was gonna ask was like, if I were a Hart student, and I ask this periodically, so I'm sorry if
Yeah,
it's too frequently asked, but like if I were a Hart
I
student,
don't think so.
what would be your recommendation to me? Would it be like less music, less concerting? Like imagine YouTube wasn't in the picture. Imagine, you know, all of it. Like would it be more etudes, more pure technique practice, or easier, like simpler pieces? Like at times you've mentioned like programming the right pieces is like one of the best things that
The
I could be
right
doing
pieces
now.
are
Like
the
that's
the
key, right?
the right pieces. Now, what do we mean when we say the right pieces?
Yeah,
The pieces that
appropriate.
make the most sense going from one to the next. And
Uh
that could
huh.
be different composers, it could be different things. And it has to do with the systematic progression of technical and musical difficulty in a piece.
Uh
So
huh.
we never think of a piece as easy, but we think of the pieces with the least amount of different responsibilities, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Villa-Lobos Prelude 4 is a really great example. It's got
Yeah.
one section that has melody and then bass chord, and then one section with a single arpeggio in one direction.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter where it is on the neck, it doesn't matter how fast, like those kinds of things do play into it, but they're not within the primary objective, right? So something
Okay.
like Prelude 1 or Prelude 4
Yeah.
is far more technically and musically straightforward than 2 or 5.
Yeah.
And then
Hmm.
3 has counterpoint in it. So you're creating a system of, well, what pieces make the most sense in what progression?
Right.
And a lot of times, and I know from when I would be choosing my own pieces as a kid with no teacher and not having that in mind, you just start with number one and you go to number 20 or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they're not always arranged that way.
Right.
But so the right piece does make a difference. For instance, if it's Bach and you've never played Bach, then Cello Suite 1 is perfect. It's not an easy piece, especially if you want it to sound good.
Right.
But it's a lot less demanding than Lute Suite 1
Yeah. Certainly.
and Violin Sonata 1. And so when we look at it, it's like Cello Suite, Violin Sonata, Lute Suite,
Yeah.
mostly because of the density of what's going on.
Yeah.
I mean, they're all hard,
Hmm.
but some have fewer demands or those demands are more straightforward.
Hmm.
So the right piece does matter. But right now, if I remember from everything that you're doing, there aren't any pieces that are like standing out as
Yeah.
these, anything that seems like it would be out of sequence or it's too early in your progression to be doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
So in your current case, I don't really think it's a question of a right piece versus or swapping something out,
Uh huh.
right?
Hmm.
So that's good. And the idea for me is there's never enough time in a
Yeah.
day for all the things that we should be doing in exercises and technical development, but that's only one half of the picture,
Yeah.
right? So based on the time that we do have, only a quarter to a third should be spent on technique
Okay. Okay.
because
A
then,
quarter to a third.
right? Yeah,
Hmm.
a third is a lot, right?
Yeah.
So if you have 2 hours a day and half of it is on technique,
Yeah.
that means you only have 1 hour
Hmm.
for musical development, for maintenance of other pieces, for refining other pieces. And
Right.
all of a sudden, you find that an hour isn't a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
And so we think of the proportionality of the conversation,
Hmm.
right?
Hmm.
A third of your time is a lot,
Yeah.
you know, it
Yeah.
really is. A
He.
quarter of the time is kind of the minimum
Uh huh. Uh huh.
because if you're taking 2 hours right? Now you've only got 30 minutes. You're probably doing 15 scales, 15 arpeggios. That's plenty of time to work on a scale and an arpeggio or two.
Yeah. Okay.
If you're doing 6 hours a day, then a quarter of that is more. So that kind of thing where
Yeah.
it's the proportionality of what we're doing that keeps, think about a diet is it's partially what we eat, but a lot of it's when we eat and how much we eat. And that's to me what is the answer to that particular enigma or that riddle, right?
Okay.
So if in terms of where would you be in terms of a collegiate student? Well,
Uh-huh.
certainly. I mean, we've kind of established that you're in that fifth or sixth semester range because you're doing full hour recitals, you're doing
Right.
you're doing all of those kinds of things, regardless of the repertoire that you may be doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people come in playing lute suites when they enter. Some
Uh-huh.
people play cello suites on their way out. That's
Right.
far more an individual thing,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
my opinion. So for you, where you're at right now, you've seen a lot of really good minimization of of
Yeah.
any bad habits with this finger.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
It's still there, but it's there. It
Right.
pops up, right?
Right. Right.
So my goal would be further minimization to elimination of that.
Yeah.
The other major thing that we've talked about has to do more with the hand position and the straightening of I because of the over curl in M.
Yeah. Those two kind of both happening. Yeah.
And mostly, and we found that they're related,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
right? And the only real solution to that is slow progressive practice, which again takes time. So
Yeah.
that can be exercised in your technical regimen, in your portion, but a lot of it too is, as you've seen, baking that goodness into the pieces because of a lot of
Yeah.
really slow coordinated practice,
Right. Right. Right.
you know? So as far as the news, I know you've got Leanda, cooking.
Yeah.
And
Mm-hmm.
what are you going to play today? What's the next? Because I saw your
Yes.
program, and
Yeah.
so what do you have prepared for today?
Let me update on the program and just say it out loud for anybody
Hmm.
who might be watching or whatever. And also the fact that I was sick for like a straight week and a half,
Yeah.
and that like really impacted my progress. Like I wasn't really playing that much during that time.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense to like rethink the program.
Hmm.
In particular, at the end, I had Leo Brower, a studio number 20 or number 16.
Hmm.
I haven't really started either of those in earnest, so
Okay.
I think one that's relatively evergreen for me, that I could bring up pretty quickly would be Mysterious Habitats. Um,
Okay.
yeah, and I think it's not so technically demanding that it's like going to,
Well, you've
make
already
any
played that
progress.
piece, and you've done.
Yeah, I,
If I recall, you played it quite well.
I think so. Yeah,
So
I think it's somewhat evergreen. I can include it in this concert, and then this concert still has the Chopin Mazurka would be new. I can play that. That could be a piece that we'd work on today. There's
okay,
Albeni's Asturias that'll also be new in the program.
right.
Um, a couple of weeks ago, I think that we mentioned we really worked on like the phrasing in the B section,
Yeah,
and we
that
didn't.
was the last lesson.
Yeah, yeah, we said that like there's kind of some muscling in like the A section, so that could be a thing that we work on today. But in terms of like updates to the program, I think that the rest is the same. I've started and made pretty good progress on Odyssey as well.
Good.
So yeah, I'm like about halfway or so on that. I think it'll be
Well,
done by next month. Yeah.
okay. So then let's hit the A section of Asturias today because we
Okay.
did
Yeah.
spend all of our time on the B section in that last week. And did you have the Bogdanovich up today? Or is that just
Um,
thinking ahead?
I played it like a couple days ago. I don't want to do it today
No,
because I haven't
that's fine.
practiced it much. But the
Next
Chopin,
week, then we do Andecy if
uh
you can,
okay,
if you get it completed, and the Bogdanovich.
okay, yeah,
Okay?
that sounds great.
Okay.
Cool.
Let Leander rip.
Okay, sounds good. And
Because I assume that you already did your morning practice stream.
I did,
So
yes,
you're
yes, I
probably
did.
ready to go. Okay. So
Yeah,
we
yeah,
don't
I'm
need
I'm
to
I'm ready to jump in. Yeah, I don't have to
Good.
warm up today.
Okay.
Yeah.
Diaz L11 says video frozen.
That happens sometimes. This happened earlier, and that's so annoying. right. I will try to. If I had a second monitor, I could check on that and catch that error more quickly.
Well, I've got one if you want one.
Yeah, it's just gonna take more space on the desk, and
I know.
I'll figure it out. Yeah, I'll
Okay.
figure something out. All right.
There we go. It looks good.
Yeah, sorry about that. Thanks for reporting that, Diaz. What's up? Thanks for crossing over from the other stream. Okay, and then yeah, I'll just play. Asturias. I mostly just worked on the A section this morning.
Good.
Can we just do the A section?
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's get the cat out of the way though, because normally it's cute, but we got to see the hand.
I'd like to see your hand.
Yeah, the hand's pretty important here. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Leave it there. We said just the A section. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine, dude.
I don't
That's
have
what we're
the sheet
doing.
Music. Yeah.
No, that's good.
Find it.
Let me see if I can. Where's the? Can I do this? Does this work?
Yeah, that did. Heck yeah. Heck yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
learning.
Thanks.
That was for me in terms of what you played in the lesson, certainly the best that I've heard you do, and it was pretty darn accurate.
Cool.
Just note wise, I can hear a lot of dynamic growth in the whole thing. Again, from the last time, I'm trying to compare it to what I heard 2 weeks ago. So the big culprits in what is, I think, stopping it from going up from level 10 to a level 11, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
But whatever amount of XP you need to get to that next level.
Yeah.
The rhythmic evenness of your arpeggios, they're good, but we're gonna make them great,
Cool.
right? We're gonna make those things sound like brrr, it's just gonna be straight.
Yeah.
It has to do with the sequence, the timing in the sequence. The sequencing of your fingers looks good of the preparation.
Uh-huh.
Okay. The release between P and M and P and I, that looks so much more improved because it used to be P M P I and then you'd release and it looked more like an arpeggio like
Uh-huh.
this.
Uh-huh.
And now I'm seeing much more of this, which
Cool.
is really good. There is a little bit of pinky activity, but
Uh-huh.
again, it's not everywhere and it's not, it's not afternoon tea, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
So every time I see that, I try to like say, man, there are some things that we wish were like a switch that we could just turn off and we're done.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of times what I find is I find them in the rearview mirror. It's like, oh yeah, that's a lot better now. You might not notice it progressively along the way. It's like you just stop one day and you look back and wow, that's not as much of an issue as it used to be. And that's what I find a lot of our, I don't want to call them bad habits. I don't think that really works for me. Bad
Yeah.
habits are like, biting your nails, stuff like that. This is an uncontrolled muscular response,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And you're retraining muscles.
Yeah.
So what I'm seeing is that training is coming a long way. So the first thing I want to deal with, though, before we get to the arpeggio section, is in your shape of your phrase,
Uh-huh.
there's the slightest hesitation on the last eighth note in what you're doing. So if you're going
Okay.
1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 1,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
it's that 3 and 1.
Like
That. Yeah. It's
yeah.
not that pronounced, but that was it.
Trying
That's
to
it.
yeah,
You
get
got it.
there. Got it.
The
Yeah.
organization, so this is the thing. You're phrasing it like you're hearing that grouping correctly,
Uh-huh.
right? So you're hearing, I don't know if I'm into.
Like kind of driving to that C.
Well, you got this, right? But you're lingering on that G just a little too long.
Okay. Okay.
And so if we're thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2,
Yeah.
I take that breath after the 1.
Okay.
So I'll go
okay.
1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 1 and 2 and 3 and longer phrase here and we go now. And so that we're always hearing, even though it starts on E, we hear that as the conclusion as well,
Yeah, yeah.
right?
That makes sense. Uh-huh.
Just like that. That's it.
Right.
And so in a way, we just don't have to do anything here. If you already know how those notes are grouped, now don't try to group them that way. You hear them that way. And you
Yeah.
count them that
Yeah.
way. And that's really all you need to do. That's it.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, the articulation becomes kind of the next question about this, these however many measures. Do you want this? Or do you want this?
Right.
When you listen to the piano, it's all staccato. Bata, 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 right? But that's the piano
Yeah.
trying to imitate us. So if we try to imitate them, it's
Yeah.
now like we're doing an end run. Like they're trying to imitate the guitar. Now we're trying to imitate the piano imitating the guitar.
Yeah, like we have this technique
Rather than just playing it.
they do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so in a way, it really has to be up to you to determine.
Yeah.
Sorry, relatively new strings because a little concert tomorrow. Yeah. Now the B though, you can determine, do you want to hear this? Or do you want to hear this?
The former, I think.
Okay,
Yeah.
so just don't prepare as much. So
Right.
when we're practicing slowly, and this is the thing that this can be very beguiling in our mind.
Yeah.
We don't want to practice two different ways towards the same goal. We
Yeah.
want to have different aspects of our performance towards that same goal,
Yeah.
right? So I'll practice legato and staccato so that we receive ultimate control over what we're doing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
once I've decided what I want, when I'm slow, I have to make sure I'm practicing the legato part as well.
Uh-huh.
Right? So it isn't just practice slow and staccato. It's practice slow, staccato, and legato. So we've got this.
Yeah.
But if I just speed that up, here's what we get. And there's that very articulated B that was choice 2, right? But if I want this, where that B isn't quite as stopped,
Yeah.
then that means slowly I've got to do this.
Right. Just like
Right?
super legato. Like.
Well, I
slowly
mean,
practice.
for me, I'm thinking kind of black and white. Right. So this way now you're getting both sides of that coin. Because ultimately that's what you want to hear when it's faster, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Then
Yeah.
you got to make sure that articulation happens slow. Very similar to tremolo in that regard. Is like when we practice slow,
Yeah.
we're doing this so that we can achieve control. But depending on the tremolo,
Yeah.
I might want to hear this versus this.
Right.
They both sound good. It's just it was like, what was the phrasing question? It's kind of like how much salt you put in.
Oh yeah. Right.
I like that. That was great. The thing is what do I want? Not
Yeah.
what's right or wrong, but what do I want to hear, or what do you already hear in your mind? And we're trying to now like make that come to life. You know.
Yeah.
So in this particular case, I think this is practicing just a little bit more on the legato side, in addition
Yeah.
to your short notes as well.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Absolutely.
Now, go ahead. You had a question?
Yes, if it's okay, like about
Yeah.
shadow boxing here.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
trying to get my camera right again.
I recently was really thinking about it, and somebody in the chat also pointed out, like, oh, when I'm shadow boxing, I was doing the thumb inside the hand like this, but like when I'm actually playing, the thumb is staying out, right?
Yeah.
Like, so recently I've been like really trying to practice changing my shadow boxing to be more
Yeah.
like that. Is that what I should promote? And
Yeah,
I guess
this
over
this
yeah.
should look no different than this. Sorry.
Yeah, because then if it's not super exaggerated, it's a shorter motion anyways, and it's kind of somewhere in between.
And it's a similar motion to this. Like this is my thumb stroke,
yeah,
right? It would be the same thing as if you follow. It's just excessive follow through, right?
yeah. This
So the finger equivalent of that is this.
right, but
And
like,
we don't
I
do
guess I guess what I've been like practicing instead is that the extreme version is more like this. So like,
This is a totally different thing.
is it? Yeah. So
Yes, absolutely.
this like moves from back here, and I'm not bending this joint like at all. But like, is that the right motion? Like,
No,
should it be like
the thumb, you're always having that open hand, just like the left hand, right? So if we think of a really great left hand,
okay,
you get the kind of C shape.
yeah,
Right hand's the same thing.
okay,
This is a completely different muscle alignment for your thumb stroke. And it's engaging different part, like when the hand is here and you're using the thumb, now we're utilizing all of the all just like the whole arm. When you do this, first off, this requires flexion for you to do this,
okay,
right? So for me to bring that thumb in like here,
yeah,
I'm using muscular flexion up here
yeah,
to do it.
Maybe.
And if you find where that tendon runs and where the groups of muscles are that are controlling that thumb, you can even feel that going up your arm
isn't
if
that
you find the right spot.
isn't that supposed to be a good thing? Like if you're like using further back and like an
That
extreme
part,
is up
yes.
here.
But to do this and then move it, like you've taken the thumb out of its natural resting alignment, right?
Yeah.
So here's your hand, here's your thumb, and there's that nice kind of cup shape in that right hand.
Right.
If I do this, just to get it in position, there's a lot of tightness. I'm locking this particular joint up.
Yeah.
You can feel tightness in the thumb here, and I'm moving it out of its path.
Okay.
Right? So the only thing that I saw in your shadow box is just that you're doing an excessive follow through with P. That's it. Is you're doing this.
Okay. Because I've been like really trying to practice here, which is the thumb's still staying outside of the hand. Because like when I play it...
Yeah, the thumb is going to stay outside the hand.
So shouldn't I practice the shadow boxing? Because right now the motion is more...
That's it.
Okay.
When you do it here...
I don't have any...
When you do it here...
Well...
Right? It's like my hand's closed, thumb's doing its thing, hands open, thumb's doing its thing. This is not that.
Okay.
Right?
Maybe
So if you rotate
more...
that thumb out here, now you have no swing space.
Okay.
Right?
Well, like...
This versus
the
that.
swing can be like that, right? Like... I guess... Like when I've like really been watching
Check this
myself,
out.
this feels more like I've just been trying to get it to match.
Shit, we're going to do a bird's eye view here if I can hold my camera right.
Yeah, because... Right. So your tip is activating.
Yes.
Like it's part of the follow through.
Absolutely.
Right.
If I don't... Do you hear how the sound is starting to thin out?
Unless like you like reshape your nail and like...
Even that, like that's not I lose. Right. So when I'm using the tip joint as well, you can watch all three of those knuckle joints move.
Okay.
But it's outside the hand.
Yeah, it's still
For
outside
me to,
of the hand.
Yeah, for me to move it inside the hand,
Yeah.
you can see how like out of position I have to make my hand. Right?
Right.
So if I is out of the way, right? That's it. So when you're shadow boxing, you can see it's just the same thing. Right?
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, so there is some motion into the hand. Like
Yeah, it's just not this.
it's just not it's not this
Not that.
pronounced. It's not-
Right. Right. I really do think about it like this, not this.
Uh-huh.
It's that.
Okay.
That's it. Small adjustment. So when you're doing your shadow box, I'm gonna bring this up here again. So when you're playing off the strings, right? This is just an extreme follow through. That's all that is.
Right.
That would be the finger equivalent of that. Of like
Yeah.
pushing that finger all the way back till it touches your palm. That's all. So it's moving in the right direction. It's just moving too far.
Okay.
Right? So when
It
you
is-
pluck I and you do this, you feel it kind of naturally stop. Right?
Yeah,
There's a point at which
because-
when you pluck a finger, it just kind of stops on its own, and any further I have to now push more.
Okay.
And that's where I don't want to go. Right now the finger's at rest, and what the old man used to say is in the hand, or Scott Tennant calls it the swing space, right?
Right.
It's in the hand, it's in the palm. But
Yeah.
it's not touching the heel of my palm. That's the direction we're going. And there are times, certainly in the first thing in the day, where I am going to use, like if I'm just starting out my free strokes, I am going to push all the way back.
Right.
Just for nothing more than I'm making sure that I kind of know how much space I've got to move with. So I'll do extreme follow through when I'm just like getting the fingers going.
So if you do extreme follow through right now with your hand on the guitar, what does that look like for the thumb? Because, I mean, okay. Yeah,
I'd have to get my fingers out of the way,
yeah.
right?
But practicing with the hand on the guitar, it's thumb
Yeah,
going
that
and,
it's going to
like,
stop.
stopping at the edge.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Like,
it's hit and eye. If, you know.
yeah. Okay.
Right.
And that is definitely different muscles or tendons or something than going up. Kind of like here. This is
If
different.
we use the thumb in an orbital approach, which it is doing, right? The thumb isn't just going in a straight line all the time. The thumb does make this
Right.
slight. So, man, I'm gonna see if I can get down here. Like, really, everybody's coming with me.
This is gonna be a cool clip.
There we go.
Okay.
So my thumb, my free stroke thumb, you can see that slight outward motion. Now let me see if I can get it perfectly in line with the string.
Okay.
A rest stroke
Right.
doesn't have that orbit at first.
But then it does on the return.
Right.
Right.
I'm exaggerating that motion
Yeah.
because there's my free stroke. Right? Rest stroke. Right. This is a huge motion. So, if I do this, you can see that tip joint start getting activated. Slow. You see the string flex. Oops. String flex. See the tip joint moving?
Yeah.
And let her rip.
Okay.
Now, my thumb, here we go. See how it's a pretty narrow oval?
Yeah. But it's
Okay,
still
so-
circular.
Yeah. I'm aiming my version of straight down. Like, you can't go straight down. Straight down will be like going all the way across like that.
Yeah.
Right? So, and then come slightly back out as it comes back up. That's it.
Okay.
Right? But you're really feeling like that push down into the string and then it goes out. It's the opposite of just this. So here, right, it's coming down on the string, push that string down, you feel that flexion, and bang,
Yeah.
right? Press, there's your press, boom. Thumb is the same thing, just from a different angle. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. So when we do it shadow boxing, you can see how it just looks the same as what I would do here.
Okay.
Right? If I started doing this, which is kind of what you're talking about. Yeah, that's a heck of a lot of follow through. And you can only really do it on that one pluck, right? Because the eye finger is stopping you.
Right.
Right here and now. Oh, yeah, we don't want that.
Yeah, like in playing, the thumb's never actually going in.
No way. Yeah,
Because the fingers are in the way.
you got it. So here's the sequence.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
Okay. Cool.
There, too much. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Cool.
So yeah. All right. Thank you. Because I thought doing this, I can keep the thumb perfectly straight because it's like moving here. But
That's the bass
it
knuckle.
feels really weird. Like yeah, I've
Yeah.
been like trying to reconfigure.
So here's your
how
thumb
I felt
stroke.
with the thumb.
With no finger involvement, right?
Right.
So there's the bass knuckle, mid joint, tip joint.
Uh-huh.
But with the fingers involved, you can't go that far,
Yeah.
right? You're just moving in the same direction.
Uh-huh.
We're just not seeing things like there,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? It's just so the short, sweet answer is yeah. When you do that, you're just using excessive follow through with the thumb, which you're
Okay.
not doing when you play,
Right.
right?
Okay.
That's all.
But like
So-
when I'm practicing super deliberate and coordinated with extreme follow through,
You don't need extreme follow through,
or just like any amount of follow through, like coordinated slow practice.
right?
It should be this motion, not this motion.
Right. We don't.
Like,
That's
like-
a little bit down and a lot out.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Like I've been,
It's more like a triangle than an oval, right? It's like boom,
yeah,
boom, and you're making a triangle. So you also lose a little bit of body of sound because as that thumb goes this way, more it's like going that way.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Versus-
yeah. Like it's a thinner sound or something.
Yes.
Like rather than
because
like,
you're literally kind of going whoo,
right. Right.
right? This is the string. You're going
right.
boing.
Off the, yeah. Yeah.
right? Which technically is up, right? It's up,
Yeah.
right?
Which is how we
Versus
don't want to play
that.
Right.
So you think about the follow through, all that is the exhaustion of the intent of your motion. Put it
Yeah.
on a string, which way do I intend to push it? I can feel it in a downward motion, and then pop, and then it springs back. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
We
I've been
overthink
overthinking
this stuff,
Yeah,
dude,
yeah.
so crazy.
Yeah.
That we end up like down this rabbit hole
Yeah.
that of what ifs and all sorts of things. It doesn't mean that the questions aren't good. They're really good questions. But there's never a time when we're performing where extreme follow through is ever really used. Even in
Right.
Raschiatos, I mean, if you're doing this, right? Sorry, I'm sorry, tune. Right? That's
Yeah.
the extreme. You can see that here. That's not. There's my extreme.
Yeah.
Extension, right? Extend all the way, right?
Yeah. Okay. Right.
So, yeah, your thumb's
Okay.
doing good. You're just noticing a difference between when there's no string involvement that you're just
yeah.
you're using all that swing space and you don't need it. Okay.
Yeah. And
Now
for
that's
the
a really
record-
good. Good.
Oh, sorry. For the record, it's okay when the thumb plays and the tip joint is activated.
The tip
When it
joint actually
releases-
starts the motion.
Yeah, when it releases, it comes back. I mean, I
Yeah.
want to prevent it from bouncing back too far, but it is okay that the tip joint is activated when I'm
Yes, the tip joint is what gets the whole thumb moving.
Yeah.
Right.
For the record, for the Peanut Gallery, for somebody in particular who I'm thinking of, who comments on this every single stream.
Yeah,
So,
you want the thumb
thank you.
like so.
Yeah.
If you think about the finger, we're going to mirrorize this, if that's
Yeah.
a word. On a finger, we start from the base knuckle, and the tip joint flexes as we go
Yeah.
through. The
Yeah.
thumb, as an opposing digit,
it actually kind of tightens.
we're going to
more.
start from the thumb, so that this moves, right? Because
Okay.
otherwise, what happens is that we if we lock that thumb up and we don't involve the tip, right now I'm only using two joints.
Yeah. Okay.
Really, one.
Okay.
Right? This isn't really bending. I'm kind of locking the whole thing and moving from this point here.
Right. Right. And that's not what we want to do.
Right.
Okay. I've been trying
We
to
do
promote
this.
that recently. Okay.
I mean,
got
I
it.
naturally have a banana thumb on both hands,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So my thumbs can hyperextend. That took me a little while to develop that joint so it doesn't do that
Yeah.
the way it used to do it, right? So by starting from the tip joint, you can get full thumb flexion. And yes, now I am, like, for example, going all the way into the hand so you can see each joint
Yeah.
move. The power is still here. But for me to ensure that tip joint is activated,
Yeah.
I think about it starting there.
Okay. Okay.
If it was, I don't know if I can't hear, this is just the tip joint.
Yeah. Yeah.
So if I just use my tip joint, you ain't getting a thumb stroke.
Right.
If I just use this joint, you're going to get a really weak thumb stroke. And if you
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
whole thumb joint moving now, the motion does start from back here.
Yeah.
But I have to think about the thumb starting with the tip to make sure it works.
Okay.
It's a little bit of a thumb psyop. How's that?
Interesting. Yeah.
Does that make sense? I got to make sure that tip joint is moving because it is an opposing digit,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
And we don't want to think about it as something separate. There's a really great illustration in Pepe Romero's technique. He didn't really have a method book per se. I think it might be called Technique and Methodology. I can't remember the title.
Yeah, I don't have
But
that one.
he has these wonderful... Let me see if it's on the stand. You can always edit this out.
Yeah. Sure. In theory.
Yeah, if you wanted to do that. I might not have it on my stand. Oh, wait. That's either Bach
Also-
or Pepe. That's Bach.
While
Sorry.
we have a moment,
Yes.
Midnight Goober is watching this in Minecraft right now.
That must be nuts.
That's so weird. That's amazing to me that somebody's watching a classical guitar lesson in Minecraft.
Does it look like Minecraft? Is it all like 16-bit, like 8-bit?
I don't think
kind of
so.
thing?
Yeah.
So it's just like a picture of us while he's Minecrafting? That's
I
cool.
have no idea. Yeah.
So,
take care, Diaz. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah.
In that particular method, he just has a very cool illustration of the string, the thumb, and a direction with an arrow. Just it's really simple, really beautifully efficient way of looking at how the thumb should move.
Great.
That's it.
Awesome. Thank
Okay.
you. Yeah.
So this is a great now like segue into controlling that arpeggio.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you want to do, we're going to start with just PIM.
Okay.
I is a little unclear, but only because M, one, I think that B really pops on your guitar.
Yeah. Yeah.
So balancing that out is going to be just a little less activity in M.
Okay.
So I hear a lot of this.
Yeah.
I know that I finger's plucking. I see it plucking. I know that nothing's getting in its way. You just, I think on that guitar, like my guitar is different than yours. Everybody's guitar is a little different. If B is a hot spot on that first string, then we have to just make a slight adjustment so we feel a little bit more in I and a little less in M.
Yeah. I'm finding Villalobos Etude 1 is helping for this, like promoting more, bringing the index
sure.
finger through more. Like kind of pairing that one with this is helping, like, because there's so much PI motion.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we're going to do to get your rhythm a little bit more even, I guess is the I'm hearing ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum, ba-da-dum. It's not galloping. It's not going. That's right. A different kind of evenness problem.
It's not just accenting, but it's rhythm.
No.
It is like a little gallop.
Right. So I'm hearing this.
Small gallop. Yeah. Okay.
I'm exaggerating it. It's not that bad.
Right. Okay.
A gallop would be right.
Like
So we're actually going to practice each one of those just on the top 3 strings.
okay.
Right? So if what we're trying to do is to get this, where we're just hearing ducka da ducka da ducka da ducka da ducka, just straight out, right?
Okay.
Is just on the top 3 strings, we're going to go through each of the ones we don't want.
Okay.
So first we'll go, right? That feels pretty natural, right? So instead of 3 even notes, we're dotting the first one. Right?
Yeah.
Cool? Yeah. Now we're going to flip it around. Now we'll go. Yeah. Yeah, and for the simplicity of it, I just stay on those top 3. That way we don't pitch-wise get distracted from what we're doing. That's it, right. Now, we're going to try to get each one of those a little faster. Right? So now you know you're not doing that, right? Now turn it around. Yeah. Good. Cool. So those are really, with those 3 notes, the 2 options that we've got. Okay, now, there are other options for rhythmic mutation, if we want to use that term. But just from that, start the arpeggio section and let's see if one of those did the job. That's pretty damn even. Go faster.
Yeah, I think I was going slower, so.
Dude, that may have fixed it. Like, we might not have to go any further. That was really, really good. Okay. Now, the if we were to go further with just those three, I would keep the dotted figuration going. So instead of ba ba bum ba ba or ba ba bum ba ba bum, I would go ba 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 ba. So it would be 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1. So by the time I get to 4, I now am recycling that rhythm. 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and 4 E and 1 E and 2 E and 3.
That sounds hard. I look forward to learning that.
Well, that way, this is, and when you deal with sextuplets or quart, like 4 notes or 6, that's where you get that bop 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 bop, and all I'm thinking is long, short, long, short, long, short, long, and once I get to that, it resets. Long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long.
Right.
Starts sounding like a Scottish jig.
Yeah.
The opposite then would be true. Papa, papa, papa. So once you've done 3 groups of notes, it resets.
Right.
Short,
right.
long, short, long, short, long.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I'll have to practice it, but yeah.
That's what we did blown out.
Right, right.
And the reason why I'm showing you that is if we only had to do a couple of like, that's it. But since we're cycling these for so long,
Yeah.
you may find that somewhere down the road in the arpeggio, you start hearing that unevenness again. Ba-da-dum, 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 come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's essentially the rhythmic fix. Ba-ba, bum, ba-ba, bum, ba-ba, bum, or long, short, long, long.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
And that seemed to do it, because now all of a sudden I'm hearing this.
Yeah.
Right, just straight out rhythm. Cool? So start the arpeggio section now. Excuse me. Actually, no, let's go back to the beginning. So we've got these 2 things now that we've done. We're you're still organizing the groups for the first 8 measures in your mind, but you're just playing straight through.
Okay.
Right? So we're not doing a whole lot of shape in terms of like holding, hesitating on notes or anything. And when you get to that arpeggio, just bang, just straight out triplets.
Okay.
Right?
Gotcha.
Let's see what happens.
Felt like it was a bit out of tune.
Yeah, I just put some new strings on earlier this week, and they'll be fine by tomorrow. They'll just stretch normally. But last couple of days, guitar enjoys the new strings, but not the intonation.
Yeah. Okay. going? All right.
Already seems
all we
really well improved. Could you hear when you started your PIMs that it started solid and then it started to just the tiniest little bit kind of come back in? Did you
I think
hear it?
so. Yeah, I mean, there was a mistake that kind of
Oh,
threw
no,
me
yeah.
off, but like,
That's fine.
but
That I'm not
Yeah.
even talking about your little
Right.
booger,
Yeah, yeah.
goobers and whatnot. That I just heard bop, 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 and then it was like
And
bop,
it
bop, bop,
started.
bop, 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 bop.
Yeah.
It's that you're not plucking the thumb immediately after M. So
Okay.
that there's this slight hesitation on it. That's it. Right? And it's only as you get more inside it. Like the longer you go, the more that starts to kind of come back. And
Yeah.
we're talking about a very, very, very subtle, tiny thing. This is not something that screams, oh my God, he can't play PIM. Do
Yeah.
you see what I mean?
yeah,
Like we're talking about a level of precision that like you want it to sound like pro level, and that's the only real difference there is that small little thing. Really
Yeah.
good. Okay?
Okay.
Now the other thing that we can do in just these last few minutes, let me pull your version up real quick. This is Ragasanig, right?
yes.
Okay.
If I could ask one specific question on
Yeah.
the left-hand fingering.
Yeah.
Well, one thing I noticed today was that he actually just he doesn't double the E the first time around, and then he starts doubling the E. I like that. I've never noticed that until today. And yeah,
And the one I'm looking at,
other
I see
editions-
doubled E only on the first one.
the first
and
one,
then-
but then when it repeats at 21, then
4
it's
bars
a
later.
double, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
double E on every beat.
So he's
Like-
using that as part of the
Intensific-
dynamic build. Yeah.
Yeah, intensification.
it.
I like it.
Yeah.
Do you see that in most editions, or
No.
I like it.
No.
I think it's cool.
Usually you see it on the downbeat.
only, but not on.
Well, you don't, yeah, you're only playing it on the down. You see a beat one, beat one, beat one, and then you got 2 bars till you do it again.
yeah, but
so you
then in 21 you've got. Oh, I guess yeah, on every downbeat. Whereas
Yeah, every time that you have an E, in most
Yes.
editions it's doubled.
Okay.
At least the ones that I've seen.
yeah.
And yeah, I like it. I think it's cool. It bakes in the intensity. I think that's awesome.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then the more specific questions in the left hand after we go to the
Yep.
B major chord, he uses 3-0-1-4, so 3-4.
Yep.
But then later on in other places you need to do 3
Yeah.
starting on that F sharp. Why not do 4-4? Is it just like at tempo a 4-4 is going to be less confident or something? Like this keeps the hand,
It does.
exactly where it already is.
But where does
Yeah.
the phrase end?
Boom. Like after
Yeah. And
there.
if you keep the finger down, no, I don't do this. So give me a second. 'Cause I do the that one.
Okay.
Okay. So if you do his fingering, here's what you get. Right? So you get that small silence, space after the chord where the phrase ends. If you
Okay.
don't use his fingering and you do 4, you hear this. It's
Like
like,
if you're holding
yeah,
it.
you're holding that note over the end of the phrase.
Got it.
So that
you can,
fingering.
let go just slightly, right?
Yeah, but now you're working harder rather than just doing the fingering. You know what I mean?
I guess. But like the third finger needs to change strings. Like,
It does.
completely.
And that amount of time is the amount of time that he's phrasing. So if
Yeah.
you think about fingering as the direct route towards the phrasing of the composer or the arranger or editor, that amount of time it takes for that finger to go over one string is the amount of time that he's phrasing or taking a
Right.
breath, right?
Right.
And so, because I remember, like, there were certain rules that were given to me early on, and I'm saying rules like this.
Yeah.
One of them was never use the same finger for 2 consecutive notes on 2 consecutive strings, like this.
Oh yeah, that makes sense to me. Yeah,
But what if that's the articulation?
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
Understand I'm 17 years old and I was, whoa. Wow, I've got rules? I've never had a teacher. This is awesome. Please give me rules.
Yeah.
Don't feed them after midnight. Don't get them wet. I mean, it's like, but
Nice reference. Yeah.
you like that?
Yeah, good reference.
But what if this
Right.
is the articulation that composer, or
Yeah.
why would I do this? Why would I go out of my way to do something different when the articulation or phrasing is baked in because it's the fingering? And
Yeah.
that's what occurred to me later.
Yeah.
And I remember, one of the many times that I played for Oscar, thankfully, I chose well, apparently, with the fingerings that I did change, if I changed anything.
Yeah.
But I also wasn't playing Segovia editions for him.
Okay.
Like I did Bach and I was doing, I think, very well. I did do when I did the Rodrigo Tres Piezas Españolas. That was the Segovia edition. I didn't change many fingerings,
Okay.
so he didn't come down on me. But I remember watching him. Somebody was playing Ponce.
Yeah.
Oh, Oscar was like, "Look, the reason why you don't change the fingerings is not because Segovia is the Almighty. It's because if you're doing his edition is based around his
Yeah.
phrasing concept. You change those fingerings, you change the phrasing.
Yeah. Certainly.
And if we want to now make it sound like Segovia or and we're using a different fingering, now we're working twice as hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's a kind of a very small but perfect example of, if you like that edition, that amount of time is what it takes, right?
Yeah.
Bum, bum. Right?
Okay.
I kind of dig it. I play this, right?
Right.
And I have to do the same thing. I have to go 4, 3.
Okay. I mean, that's an important thing. Like, yeah. Do you ever see editions that use 4/4? Because it seems like it should make sense to me.
If it didn't phrase there, okay. There are two quick sides to it. One, it does make perfect sense. Why would you let go of it? Why would you do anything you don't have to do?
Yeah. Yeah. Is it
But
a
if the-
squeak maybe a 4?
No,
Sorry.
it's the space.
Of
We want
using
the
3.
space. Right.
You get it already if you just like, especially as
Yeah, but here's the thing. I'll do that fingering the way you're doing it, and I'm going to do it as quickly as I can.
uh-huh.
Having not done this before, I feel like I'm
Yeah.
on the spot, right? See how there's like no phrase end?
I guess, yeah.
There's no space, right?
Yeah.
Now let me
Yeah.
do what's there.
Okay.
That's the only reason, right? So if you change that fingering to 4, right? Sorry, my furnace just kicked on. Let me go back to this. So if you
It's like-
change that fingering to 4, you're undoing the natural space that comes from having to move 3 over, which
Yeah.
means you now have to do something. You're relieving one problem, not problem. You're relieving one thing by causing another. So
Yeah.
all you've done is kind of move the situation to another place in that measure. But musically, we're taking advantage of that situation because that's where the phrase ends,
Yeah. I see.
right?
I see.
So if you were playing it at light speed like that,
Mhm.
you might get this unphrased like 8 bars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So for me, the greater lesson here that I had to learn as well is sometimes we're looking for problems that don't exist yet,
Yeah. Mhm. Mhm.
right? But you're absolutely right. On an intellectual level, dude, that makes perfect sense. Why would I move that finger when I don't have to?
Yeah.
But then we bring the musical part into it and go, oh, well, that's why.
And it kind of complicates or like muddies maybe the end of the phrase if you're doing like a left hand lift. Like
At that speed, not necessarily. Yeah, not necessarily. But the fingering that's there, meaning moving to 3,
Uh-huh.
the natural amount, the amount of time it takes for your for your third finger to move from the 5th string to the 4th string, however long that is, aligns with the natural breath of taking a breath when you phrase there.
Okay. Yeah. And
If we leave 4 in place and release it
mhm,
and reapply pressure,
mhm.
that doesn't. That happens a lot faster than having to lift a finger and move it, right? Just going boop, boop,
Okay.
boop. And so we have 2 different spans of time.
Yeah.
One that's more intellectually based, because we know there's a space there, so we make one,
Yeah.
versus the natural space that happens when I move my finger from 5 to 4. That's the most important lesson about that to me. And the most direct causality or causal relationship is like, wow, if I do that fingering, I get a natural phrase.
Yeah. Yeah.
Other than that, and I think I've used that term, like maybe not recently, but a long time ago, where I said the difference between natural phrasing and intellectual phrasing.
Uh-huh. Mhm.
Natural phrasing is the space at the end of a phrase that occurs as a result of me taking a breath.
Uh-huh.
That fingering aligns with the size of that breath.
Right.
If I have a fingering that doesn't do that, now I'm creating the size of a space intentionally. And that's intellectual phrasing. And that usually comes across as not as expressive, not as clear, and harder to control.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And, I didn't understand that the as well as you do. I did not understand that I didn't get it, because we have this spectrum of kind of cerebral versus visceral, if you wanted to think of it as those 2 extremes. Like, here's all the feelings that I have, and here's all the good ideas I have, and we kind of want that, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes this wins, but in this particular spot, if we just sing it, the finger moves exactly when it needs to. If we're not breathing there, then all of a sudden that space becomes more nebulous.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to hear. Don't. Right?
Okay.
That's all. I feel like that was a very long explanation, but I'm trying to keep it simple. Is that fingering aligns with phrase.
Yeah.
That's
that
all.
makes sense. Yeah. I had a feeling. I was like, I want to make sure I ask about this before I commit to it, because
Oh, absolutely, man.
It's clearly intentional, and
yes,
I see now why.
Yeah, and in many cases, I can't say all cases, but in many cases, especially, and Rogosinic was good. He's a good player. I mean, there was he contributed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Segovia editions, Brower editions, but whoever's edition it is that you're playing from, especially if they're a really great player.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing, and why for instance, why Segovia was like, well, if you're not playing my edition, go play it for somebody else.
Yeah.
Because he wants to give you a class on his edition. It's just like real simple. Like no bullshit. It's just like, oh, well, if it's my edition, then play my edition. If you're going to play somebody else's edition, go play for them. No attitude. It's just kind of like, yeah, well, I can tell you exactly how I think about it. Here are all my fingerings, and here's what I do. But if you want to play somebody else's edition, you should probably go play for them. That was kind of his point.
Yeah.
But this is the tricky thing. If it's good editions, we're going to be okay.
Yeah.
If it's not a good edition, because there are those out there, or editions that would only work for one person on the planet, right? That person.
Yeah.
That's where we start running into trouble sometimes when we change fingerings. So, for instance, that moment right there, now that you understand that, if you decide to change it, now you know what it cost you and what you need to do. Some people are willing to pay that price. Some people change fingerings before they know that.
Yeah.
So now that you know that, if you change that fingering, that's entirely up to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's when people change the fingerings before they understand that.
Yeah.
That's the problem. And usually where it becomes a change of convenience rather than one of expression.
Yeah.
Because they're the expressions baked in.
Right.
That's all. So I try not to see it necessarily in right and wrong because there are plenty of times where you should change fingering.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just it is tough to know when. But as long as you understand what the intent of that original fingering was in that moment,
Yeah.
now it's up to you. Same thing with changing the length of a note. If Bach wrote an eighth note and you play it like a 16, why did he write it as an eighth? Because if he writes an eighth note, or a quarter note with an eighth rest and then a bunch of rests, he really means it.
Yeah.
At a time when light and ink and paper were like at a premium, he's writing all these rests in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you do what he wrote. You say, I know what it is, and now if I need to change it, what's my reason for changing it? And every once in a while, it just sounds cool. Or like I think of the first note in the PFA, it's just a low D, it's a quarter note. But if I'm in a really like lush room, I can play it as a quarter note. But if I'm in a really dead room, I might even turn it into like a dotted half note. I may let that bass note ring, and I'm sorry, my furnace is on. But this is, again, like an example of what we're talking about applied to the length of a note.
Yeah.
Where in the PFA, sorry about the jet engine, it goes.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But like there's no reverb in here at all, right? So imagine it's like this is your hall. In a really lush, reverberous room, that quarter note is still ringing in the room.
Yeah.
But if I'm in like a library, the carpet and stuff like that, I might do this. I might intentionally elongate that note just to fill in the space because, like here, it sounds totally dead. Right?
Yeah.
Whereas this. Sounds much better.
Gotcha. Yeah.
So
yeah.
that to me is an example of we're making a change, but we've got a really good reason for changing it. After having considered, like, did I play it that long and I didn't know it was a quarter note? That's on me.
Yeah.
Right, that kind of stuff, and that's a good example. Really good job on the A section, man.
Thank you.
Really good.
Yeah.
This sucker's coming along
Thanks. Yeah.
really nicely.
Thank you. Really appreciate
So next week is
Group
Mysterious
class.
Habitats and to see if we can.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
We're switching to every 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah, sorry,
so
I should have said next
time.
lesson.
Yeah, next time. That sounds awesome. Yeah, on to see and is it Andecy or Andecy?
I think it's Andecy.
Andecy, like Andy, I guess. Okay.
I'm unsure of the name. I don't necessarily think it was tongue in cheek like that. It was
Okay.
one of his earlier pieces.
Yeah. I heard
you know.
that it's like connected, like his guitar is named similarly or something. He had a story about it. I'll have to rewatch that, but like,
Okay.
yeah. It's really nice. Stream really likes it. Stream loves it.
Yeah,
so
it's a
far.
great tune.
Yeah.
And it's one that I think is starting to get a little bit of renewed attention.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
know?
I think it was from his recent re-recording of it and republishing
Yeah.
of it. I was like, yeah, I have to learn that. It's amazing. Yeah. So
Good.
Thank you. Yeah.
All right, I'll stick around a couple minutes after the stream.
Yeah, it can be
You know?
super quick this time, I think. Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah, I don't
thank
see
you,
any
everybody.
questions, so I think we're good to go.
Yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. Like and subscribe and share with your teachers and everything like that. All right. Thanks for watching.